protesters are calling for a boycott of Motel 6 and the firing of employees who gave guest lists to ICE.
The Immigrant Enforcement Agency used those lists to arrest undocumented immigrants at 2 West Phoenix motels. Some have raised questions about the legality of that operation.
Team 12's Bram Resnick is here verifying what ICE and motels did. Bram?
Can motels turn over your guest information to law enforcement? And what can law enforcement do with that information? Even if you have nothing to worry about, the answers might concern you.
They're keeping the spotlight on at Motel 6.
So this is a message to our community. It is time to boycott Motel 6.
Motel 6 admits at least 2 of its Phoenix motels handed over guest lists to immigration agents. ICE then arrested a reported 20 undocumented immigrants at the motels.
And to go after immigrant families and tear them apart is simply un-American.
This protest Friday came after Phoenix Congressman Ruben Gallego demanded that ICE stop arresting hotel guests and explain what happened at Motel 6.
I was surprised.
Arizona State University law professor Angela Banks wonders why Motel 6 would hand over its guest lists. But she says it's not illegal if the motel volunteered the information.
They were not compelled by the government to provide that information. They simply voluntarily provided that information.
The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that cities can't write laws forcing motels to turn over guest information to police.
If ICE had come to Motel 6 and said, please give us the guest list, Motel 6 would not have had to do that absent a warrant.
Then there's the next step. What did ICE do with the list? Were some guests racially profiled, or was every guest run through an immigration database?
And that's the question. Are all the names being run, or just the Latino names? And until you had information about what was happening, you wouldn't be able to draw a conclusion.
We verified there are still some questions about the legality of the Motel 6 operation.
I would need more information to know for sure exactly what happened after ICE got the list. Okay. What did they do with the list? And then how did they identify the individuals that they then proceeded against?
Now, you don't have to have done something wrong to be bothered by motels or hotels handing over your information to police. Professor Banks says that if you're concerned, ask a hotel manager what they do with the information gathered on all guests. Bram Resnick, 12 News.